today. Before I start on topic of loneliness and being alone, I want to share something that I bought today when I went tutoring this morning. Sauce. I don't know, I guess I would cook it with like spaghetti or something like that. Yeah, because it's like really easy to cook spaghetti. You just dump it into the pot and then you add the instant sauce and it's done. And then I actually bought 3 packets of like spaghetti and then I got myself some sauce. This one is tomato meat sauce, and this one is eggplant. Yep, besides that I just saw this one because usually I show you the yellow mushroom chocolate thing, but this is like another brand which is from Japan. I guess it's more bitter compared to the other one. So now let's move back to the topic, which is alone and lonely. Yeah. So why I came up with this idea is because recently online I've been seeing this term on and off, and it did stir up some thoughts that I have with these two terms. Because I mean, for normal people, like people who doesn't suffer from mental illness, they actually use the term inter-exchangeably. So they could say, I could be feeling alone, I could be feeling lonely. To them it doesn't make much of a difference, but actually for those of you who suffer from mental illness, especially depression, or like if you have borderline personality disorder, it will be a combination of loneliness and emptiness, which I do experience a lot of the time. That would be like really different to us, and sometimes we get annoyed by other people using it so inter-exchangeably, like it's just the same to them, but to us it's so drastically different. Why? Because okay, first of all, I'm going to talk about being alone. Being alone, it's more like a physical state. You know, I feel alone. Sometimes people would say, when actually they're really alone, like they are by themselves, alone. But the thing is that being alone doesn't equal to being lonely. At the same time, being lonely doesn't equal to being alone. First of all, it's like being alone, you may not feel lonely. You may feel lonely. And then feeling lonely, it's, you could be in a crowd of people, but you would feel so alone. Or you could be actually be alone and feel lonely. That's the difference, if I make it clear. And the thing is that being alone is just a temporary state. It's more like, yeah, like I said, it's more physical, and it's not as, it doesn't carry with it all the emotions that you feel. For me, I always feel lonely. Not only that I'm alone sometimes, but when I'm with a crowd of people, I feel alone. I mean, I feel alone and lonely, because it's loneliness. It's a perpetual feeling most of the time when you feel lonely. It's just that sense of like emptiness inside, that you cannot find someone else, that you feel like nobody else understands you. Just sometimes talking to other people doesn't help. It doesn't help with the loneliness feeling. Writing, it doesn't really help with the loneliness feelings. So what I sometimes do is like to numb up the feeling. Sometimes talking to other people doesn't help. It doesn't help with the loneliness feeling. Writing, it doesn't really help with the loneliness feelings. So what I sometimes do is like to numb up the feeling. We probably, with like cutting, it numbs out the feeling, or it makes you feel more real. It makes you like, oh, I am here. That's what some people do. And then there are some people who engage in like eating disorder behavior, which it's a way like to feel more real, because you just can't express those feelings inside, so you turn towards a more physical, more tangible feeling that you can experience. Like with cutting, you experience pain, or some people say that it numbs them. With like eating disorder, you get the starving feeling, or by eating it numbs out all the thoughts and everything. I'm sorry for the noise, because today it's Sunday and I live above the mall, and basically there are a lot of cars waiting to park in a car park, and then the roads just tend to get blocked up, and then people will just honk and all that. It's just really noisy. I'm sorry about that. So back to it is that, okay, I don't think people should like confuse these two terms together. It's really hard for people who feel lonely and then they see people using the term any way they want, whatever way they see. So I hope that this video can clarify that distinction a little and people can use the word better. Particularly with me, that I'm really a grammar and word person. I get really annoyed when people use their grammar wrongly, and I know sometimes when you talk it's understandable that you make mistake for people who can speak English properly, but then they don't really use it the right way. It sometimes annoys me. It's just for me, and I'm sorry if I offend you. I do use like simplify English when I text and all that, but generally I just prefer people to use proper English. I hope clarify these things about loneliness and being alone a little, and then just want to keep you guys updated with like my life and all that. So anyway, this is the end of the video, so see you guys and bye. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, if you know what I'm talking about.